If you are planning to become a content creator in 2024, then you need to watch this video because I'm going to share with you guys my journey and the biggest lessons and insights that I've learned from starting a YouTube channel 6 months ago. I want to share this with you guys because every single video I see on this topic is from a YouTuber who's already well established. They have millions of followers and there is a lot of useful information that can come from that, but I feel like there's going to be a lot more relatable information when you see and hear somebody who actually just recently started a channel, and you get to see me solve these problems in real time so you guys can figure it out for yourselves and see sort of the same issues that you're going to be dealing with when you start your own initial YouTube channel. So for anybody who's new to my page, my name is Malvern, and recently I decided to start a YouTube channel documenting my journey from being an average Joe to living the lifestyle of freedom and living on my own terms. So I wanted to document that and provide a roadmap for anybody to do the same thing, even if you're only making $15 to $20 an hour, right? So there's no more excuses. If I can do it, you can do it too as well. And what I want to talk about is, if you're starting your own channel, how would you go about doing that? So an example for me, I started my channel 6 months ago, and I was able to grow from 0 subs to 273 subscribers in the span of 6 months. And then my best performing video is how to do velocity banking with a credit card. That one has 11K views. Now on my channel, I kind of talk about a lot of different topics and how I am building the lifestyle that I want. And it mainly focuses on personal finance, but there's a lot of other topics that I talk about too as well on this channel. But the biggest factor that I've seen is, if you want to grow a small channel, SEO is going to be the biggest opportunity in order for you to do so. So I had a goal of becoming monetized in 6 months. Unfortunately, that looks like it's not going to happen. But I realized that a lot of the SEO that I was using was copying a lot of other content creators, right? So when I looked at keyword searches and all these other things that I implemented in my videos, they were always a lot of competition, if that makes sense. So what you want to do is, when you have keyword searches, whether it's in your titles or your hashtag, you want to have varied keywords. So what I mean by that is, you want to have keywords with no competition, little to no competition. You want to have keywords with middle competition, all right? It could be anywhere between, let's say that keyword has channels of 10K to 50K, right? And then you want to have keywords with a large following, but a lot of people are also looking at that keyword. So you want to have a fine mix of keywords, whether it's in your title or hashtags that you put in your description. So you want to be able to maximize the keywords variety. So let's maximize variety in keywords, right? And I noticed this with my best performing video. Velocity banking is a very up and coming topic right now, and I believe it's going to become very popular in the future. So doing this and then niching it down to specifically a credit card, which varies a lot of the keyword search, got my video out. And as you can see, I only have 200 subscribers, and that video was able to get 11K views. So that's definitely a viral video right there. So you want to keep in mind the words that you use in your title and how you can even improve on this in the future, right? And then another thing you want to keep in mind is thumbnails. So what I was doing with thumbnails was literally, I don't want to say copying, but using other people in my niche as inspiration for the thumbnails. And as a smaller content creator, I think the best way that you should go about creating your thumbnails is to look at your competition and go in the complete opposite direction, right? So you want to stand out, because if all of the thumbnails look the same, right, people are just gonna go click on the person with the highest view content or the most subscribers. However, if they're scrolling through and looking through the titles and they see one that stands out, it's a little bit different from the rest, even when it comes to the title itself, they're going to want to click on it because it's a bit more interesting, it's a bit more compelling. So one of the things that I am going to change in the future when it comes to thumbnails is to look at my competition and go in the complete opposite direction of what they're doing, just so I can stand out in the marketplace a little bit. So that's one of the changes that I'm going to make to SEO. So that is the main thing that I'm going to do in order to improve search and things of that nature. I also want to consider downloading an application called TubeBuddy, just so I could get a bit more in depth in keyword search and what people are actually looking for on the YouTube platform. So it'll help me improve my titles, it'll help me improve the thumbnails, the things that I actually put in the thumbnails. So that is also something that I'm going to consider. So download TubeBuddy app. Right, so boom, that's SEO. Now let's talk about content itself, because at the end of the day, content is king. What drives people to your channel is content. And for me, I've had this dilemma that I'm actually trying to solve, and that is value versus what's actually working in the marketplace. So I am sort of a victim of this. I have been using a lot of videos that have been popular in my specific niche, right? I was trying to capitalize on the trend at the current time and trying to build my channel that way. However, I like to give as much value as I can on specific principles that I have. And a lot of the principles and the thoughts and opinions that I have are very controversial, especially when it comes to the finance space in terms of leveraging debt in order to improve your financial situation. I actually don't even believe that people should be investing in 401ks and things of that nature. So I have a lot of controversial views. So my dilemma is, do I share all the value that I have in the way that I think and just documenting exactly what I do, or do I stick with what's working in the current marketplace? And I think what I want to do is I want to shift again to stand out into providing as much value as I can to the marketplace. So I think if you're a new channel or a new content creator, it's very important to deliver exactly what you think and what you believe, even if it might not be as popular as some of the other content that's out there, just because you are an individual. And there is always going to be somebody that's going to resonate with your message, even if it may be a little bit more out there. And the things that I want to focus on in the future is self-mastery, productivity, and how you can get yourself to do exactly what you want to do when you want to do it. And I feel like this is going to be a huge winner for me, because there's a lot of content in the space on self-mastery, self-discipline, and building the lifestyle that you want. And I think that's the direction my channel was going in. But now that I have a little bit more data and understanding of how the YouTube algorithm works, for me to grow my channel, I feel like I'm going to do a little mini pivot to focusing on productivity, focusing on self-discipline, but still giving basic sound finance principles, business principles, and just overall advice on how to improve people's lives. And then I also wanted to be focused more so on documenting my own journey. So my progression to freedom, which is going to be more valuable to people to see exactly step by step what I'm doing in my own lifestyle and what I am doing in order to improve the current position that I have. So I feel like those videos are going to be more valuable than just doing what's working in the current marketplace. So the videos might switch up a little bit. It might have a different tone. The overall thumbnails might look a little bit different, but understand that the overall principles and overall direction of this channel will be very similar to what it is. And it's just to give as much value as I can. And I want to move away from trying to become an influencer, trying to charge people money in order to help them solve problems. I'm just going to give as much value away as I can, and I will do it for free. And I want to build a community of people who want to hold themselves accountable, who want to master their own selves, who want to master the ability to control what's going on in here, and we have to understand that it is a war that goes on in here most of the time in order for us to get what we need to get done. So that is all I got for you guys today. I hope this was an insightful video for anybody who's planning to start a YouTube channel. As you can see, it's not easy. It took me 6 months to get 273 subscribers. I have no frame of reference to understand if this is good or not. However, starting from zero as somebody who doesn't have a huge following, who doesn't have a lot of connections, I feel like this is a great place to start 6 months in. I mean, I've seen other YouTubers where it takes 9 months for them to even get monetized. I've seen it where it can take 2 years for some people to get monetized. So I am not stressed or worried about this number. I feel like this number is more important. People who are actually watching your content, people who are looking at your videos is more important. And as we grow and as we give more value and as we optimize our SEO and more people will look at what we have to offer, then that's when the most growth will occur. And we'll give another update 3 months from now and see where we're at. Will we be monetized? Will we not be monetized? Who knows? But I will give you guys the update and the biggest lessons that I've learned, and hopefully you guys can take something away from it and improve your current situation on our journey to freedom. So let's grow, people. Let's continue to move forward. Let's build that momentum and let's get free.